When you think of the Maledives, you probably picture this. Paradise. A dream vacation, luxury resorts, blue lagoons, and endless sunshine. But behind this picture-perfect image, there's another side to the Maledives that most people don't see. Today, we're talking about the real struggles that Maledivians face, from political instability to climate change, and the hidden realities of the workers keeping this paradise running. Let's get into it. Before we dive deeper, let's talk about the Maledives itself. The Maledives is an island nation in the Indian Ocean, made of about 1,200 islands, though only 200 of them are inhabited. It has a population of roughly 500,000 people, with the majority being ethnic Maledivians who speak Diavi, I probably butchered that, Diavi, and they follow Islam as their official religion. The capital, Malé, is one of the most densely populated cities in the world, but outside the city, life is much slower, with many people relying on fishing, tourism, and trade. The Maledives is home to about 500,000 people, but interestingly, a huge portion of the Maledivian workforce is Maledivian. The country heavily relies on foreign workers, especially from Bangladesh, India, and Sri Lanka. Most of them work in construction, resorts, or as domestic helpers. Sounds fine, right? But many of these workers face serious issues, like low wages, bad living conditions, and some even exploitation. Some employers confiscate their passports, making it impossible for them to leave. It's a side of the Maledives most tourists never see. Tourism is the lifeblood of the Maledives. It makes up to over 30% of the country's GDP. But this dependence comes with risks, of course. Remember what happened during COVID? The entire tourism industry was shut down, and suddenly, thousands of people were just left without jobs. Also, most of the wealth from tourism actually doesn't stay within the local Maledivians. The best paying jobs? Well, they usually go to foreigners. Meanwhile, Maledivians often work in lower paying roles, and many don't even have access to luxury resorts, and that even on their own islands. And here's something interesting. The Maledives officially use the Maledivian rupiah, which is like the MBR currency, but the US dollar is way more widely accepted. That's because a huge part of the economy, especially tourism, runs on foreign currency, and the United States has played a major role in Maledivian trade and investment. The US has also increased its military cooperation with the Maledives in recent years, signing agreements for defense and maritime security. It's a small country, but strategically, it's in a very important location. And big countries see that. Malé, the capital, is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. The island is just 8 square kilometers across, but it holds more than 250,000 people. Housing here is ridiculously expensive, even more than in Canada at the moment, but many families have to share tiny apartments. And land reclamation projects like the Hulhumala are trying to create more space, but it's not enough. If you're not rich, living in the Maledives can be really tough. Canada as well, but different country. This is a scary part. 80% of the Maledives is less than 1 meter above sea level. That means rising oceans could completely submerge the country within the next 50 to 100 years. That's really scary. Coral reefs, which protect the island from erosion, are also dying because of pollution and warming oceans. Without them, the Maledives becomes even more vulnerable. I mean, see for yourself. That's what I recorded close to the airport. Doesn't look really nice, does it? Imagine your entire country disappearing underwater. That's a real possibility for Maledivians. They're literally on the front lines of climate change. The Maledives has caught the attention of global powers due to its strategic location in the Indian Ocean. Countries like India, China, and the US have all increased their presence through trade, investment, and diplomatic agreements. Massive investments have helped modernize the Maledives, but they also come with challenges. For example, large-scale projects funded by foreign nations have sparked debates about economic dependency and sovereignty. Some fear that increasing reliance on international loans could put the Maledives in a vulnerable position in the future. And that has happened with other countries before. So, what does all of this mean? The Maledives is a beautiful place, but it's facing some serious challenges, from unfair labor conditions to climate change and political influences from global powers. But it's not all bad news. Many Maledivians are fighting for a change, whether it's protecting their islands, demanding fairer wages, or pushing for better governance. The world just needs to pay more attention. So next time you see a postcard or magnets of the Maledives, remember, there's more to this story. If you found this video interesting and you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Thank you.